Well, I'm Ezra from the Wretched Creatures. I play guitar and sing and write vocals and do all graphic design stuff too. The other guys are Mike and Dave. So yeah, we've been playing together for like over 15 years basically. Been in a couple of other projects before. So now we do like stoner rock and stoner doom basically. Yeah, we're playing at Rock Beats Depression. Yeah, it should be good for a good
Beautiful.
cause.
It is. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, Ezra.
No worries.
Yeah, as you say, man, the Wretched Creatures are one of many bands playing at Rock Beats Depression at the Mansfield Tavern on September 16th. So, firstly, what made you guys want to be involved with it?
Um, well, it's something that's affected my life to a great extent. Um, so it's good to give back to charities and create awareness and stuff. Yeah, basically had anxiety, depression my whole life, basically. That plus being quite introverted makes life a bit difficult sometimes.
It's a great lineup, bro. Like spearheaded by Dreamkillers, Black Whisky, Goatzilla, Gutterfire, Tailor Made Rejects, Krave, plenty more, mate. So, who are you most looking forward to sharing the stage with?
uh, I really like Gutterfire. Good friends of ours. Hippo, pretty good. Saw them at Nowhere Festival. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Fidel Go are really awesome. We're good friends with those guys too. But there's a bunch of awesome bands: Dreamkillers, Black Whisky, Tailor Made Rejects are really good. Jolly are really good. Yeah, there's a bunch of bands.
I mean,
Looking
of
forward to it.
course, as much fun as today is going to be, mate. Like there is also that more serious side, as the name Rock Beats Depression suggests. So, how important are events like this when it comes to helping those people with mental illness and that suffer depression?
Yeah, it's very important, I think. A lot's changed in the last probably 10 years, especially. There's a lot more awareness, there's less stigma, but there's still a long way to go. So anything that we can do, I think, is a positive thing. I think the best way to destroy stigma is to talk about it, basically.
Like as you said before, mate, like you've gone through all this sort of stuff yourself, and depression's something that affects a lot of people. Like it doesn't discriminate, man. Like I've interviewed some major international bands, and they tell me that they've gone through the similar sort of things before. Like a lot of people sit back and look at musicians and think that they're up there on stage, they're jumping around, they're having a great time, they've got to be everything's got to be sweet, but in reality, it's something that doesn't matter what you do in life. It's something that can get hold of you, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of the time you can't really tell, from talking to people. Like a lot of effort goes into sort of pretending to be normal. I think that's just what society expects still. Um, so it's everywhere, and we have to be aware of it. I think.
No, I think that a lot of things that people overlook too, like it is a charity fundraiser, which goes to a good cause, but it's not just about raising money; it's about raising awareness too, and like letting your mates know that you're there to talk to them if they need something, or even a stranger. Like it's raising that awareness that I guess it's okay to not be okay, as the saying goes.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, a lot's changed, and I'm glad of the progress that's been made. Like when I was at school, I didn't really know what depression or anxiety really was. Like it wasn't a thing. It was just kind of like I thought it was just people who have come back from like a war zone had anxiety. Like I thought that's what anxiety was. So I just thought everyone was the same, and uh, it's good now for the youngest generation. It's sort of it's not such a stigma anymore.
Yeah, I guess actually, like you said yourself that you suffer from these things, bro. Like how how do you get over it to get on stage? Like someone like me, even like I look at people up on stage and I know I couldn't do it, you know, like being up in front of those many people with a microphone in your hands. But someone that suffers through those things, how do you have to will yourself to get up there and then put on a mask or?
Yeah, good question. It usually takes like the whole day. I'm in a really strange kind of headspace. I have to sort of mentally prepare for it. Basically, I just kind of, you know, when I don't want to do something that I know is going to help my mental health, I just kind of picture, you know, the black dog as like a demon that I'm trying to kill, basically, and you know, I'll do things that seem painful, like exercise, or you know, going up on stage is kind of stressful. I'll do it with the motivation to try and you know kill that demon. Basically, that's how I do it.
Wow. And like, do those feelings last after you finish your set? Like, do you get off stage and they come straight back, or do you on a bit of a euphoric high? I guess.
Yeah, it's usually get that euphoric high. Usually for the rest of the day, basically. Sometimes a few days. Yeah, it helps tremendously. I think it's you know the creative outlet and sort of communicating ideas and melodies, even you know.
That's really interesting to hear because a lot of people I've spoken to have spoken how it can be cathartic getting up there and performing, but I've never actually asked anyone that question before, so no one's ever answered it. So it's sort of good to get that perspective on things.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for asking that.
No worries, right? So I suppose overall, what message do you hope people will take out of the day?
Well, I guess part of it is that there's lots of awesome bands in Brisbane that we should be supporting. I think, you know, like there's the whole mental illness thing, but there's also the live music scene I think it's really struggling at the moment. So, you know, you can buy a ticket and help the local scene, plus help these three charities, you know, Black Dog Institute, Beyond Blue, and Headspace. Yeah, I hope more people get some tickets.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so we'll get on to the Wretched Creatures a bit now, mate. So you gave us a brief introduction at the start there, but for those who haven't heard of you guys before, give us a bit of history.
We formed just before COVID, actually. Yeah, we basically started because I wanted to start another band after my last band sort of broke up and fizzled out. Originally, I wanted to just sing because it'd be just kind of easier to sing than the stuff I was singing before, which was all over the place. And, you know, lots of range and screaming and roaring and stuff. So I just wanted something more chill. I tried to find a guitarist, but it just didn't work out. So I just thought, oh, I'll just try and see if I can get away with playing guitar, basically. So that's how it started, and then I decided to recruit my ex-band members, Mike on bass and Dave on drums. Mike used to actually play guitar in our previous band, so he's playing bass in this band, and this is the first time I've played guitar in a band. I used to just sing. But yeah, we've, you know, attracted a bit of attention, seem to have a bit of momentum. We're about to release our first album like this year, which is pretty cool. We're pretty happy with how it sounds. Yeah, we've got a few videos on YouTube, etc.
What are the names of some of those songs, bro, so people can go and check them out?
We got a video for God's Gun, which is kind of like early Queens of the Stone Age, kind of stoner rock. Probably one of our better songs, I guess. Got a song called Descending. Yeah, so they'll be on the album when it comes out. But you can already listen to those. They're just singles we've already released. Yeah, and the third single we've released is Strongest and the Finest. Yeah.
Very cool. So run us through a typical live show from the Wretched Creatures and what people can expect from you at Rock Beats Depression.
I think we're a lot heavier than most people are expecting. We're usually really loud, especially for a 3-piece. A lot of people say it's like a wall of sound. There's lots of fuzz, lots of thick riffs, melodic hooks. Pretty much all clean singing in this band. But yeah, we like stuff that's kind of as heavy as you can get without being metal, basically, is what we do.
Good description.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, Ezra. Well, thanks very much for your time today, bro. The Wretched Creatures play at Rock Beats Depression at the Mansfield Tavern on September 16. Tickets are available now through Oztix. And like you say, not only is it for a good cause, there's some damn fine bands playing as well. So if you live in Brisbane and you're not there, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, I reckon. Thanks, Kris.
No worries, bro. Have yourself a good weekend.